I'm CWO4 Victor Pinion, U.S. Navy retired, telling some stories of my naval career. Well, this one was when I was stationed aboard the USS Midway CV41 in the mid to late 1970s time frame, 77 to 80, telling about a port visit to Perth, Australia. Wonderful port call. The Australians treated us right. So I'll tell a little bit about it. I went ashore with a bunch of the other Air Department officers, and I think there was 16 of us. We went to the Perth Oyster Bar, right downtown Perth. And this evening, the Oyster Bar didn't have a liquor license, so we could buy our own booze or wine block down the street. So we stopped and we bought some wine to go with our seafood meal that we're going to be having in that restaurant. Well, we went in there and I ordered a dozen oysters on the half shell. And let me tell you, the oysters on the Indian Ocean coast of Australia are among the best on this planet. They are delicious. So I scarfed that dozen down and ordered another dozen. Well, I had bought a couple of bottles of white wine, and they put them in these chrome or silver wine buckets on a little stand with the towel over it, really fancy, and they served it in their glasses to us, but I think there was a bottle fee they charged. I don't know how much it was. In any case, as I'm eating this second dozen oysters, it turned out to be the only thing I ate that evening was oysters. So the other guys, there's a couple of other guys, Hank Davidson was among us, and he ate a couple of my oysters, and he liked them. But I had only taken enough money to last just this evening, just to explore, so that I wouldn't buy something and then see this next shop down the street got it for half that price. Well, that was the experienced sailor shopping in foreign ports thing, something that you learn. In any case, I was running low on money. I had more money on the ship, but those guys liked watching me eat those oysters. So they kept pooling their money and buying me another dozen. And over about a 4-hour period of time, me and of course several other people ate one or two periodically, but we went through 12 dozen of those delicious oysters on the half shell, chilled to perfection, not a speck of shell in one of them. Wonderful. And drank that wine. I sloshed back to the ship that night and went to bed. Well, some of the other guys went elsewhere, and they discovered this marina. Aussies love to sail sailboats. I mean, they just love it. And the next day, me and I think Hank had the duty, but Lieutenant Tom Perry was with us. I believe it was him, and two other officers from the Air Department. We went on this old wooden sailboat, big old-fashioned thing, over 100 years old. It was owned by an Australian doctor, and he had to work that day, but a friend of his, an Englishman, took us sailing that day. Well, he stocked the boat with that delicious Swan Lager beer. And we sailed on the Swan River all day long. Had a great time. The Swan River is a huge, huge river at the mouth of it there in Western Australia. We sailed back into the marina and furled the sails and secured the boat and everything. And this skipper of the boat invited us up to the yacht club for a pint. That's the British and the English also refer to a glass of beer as a pint of beer. So we all trooped in there, and there's a great big room with a bar, a square bar in the center of it, about, oh my goodness, a big thing, about 20 by 20 by 20 by 20 feet, with 3 or 4 bartenders in the middle. So this skipper of our boat said, serve me Yank mates up a shandy. Well, we'd never heard of a shandy. So the bartender grabbed these great big mugs, they hold a pint, and he filled them up with beer, not full, but he had a head on it about that high. And then he slowly put ginger ale in there, and it floated the foam up above the ginger ale, so it's like 3 layers. It's the amber beer and a different colored ginger ale, and then the foam. And we drank the beer through the ginger ale, and it was delightful. We loved it. And as other Aussie yachtsmen would come in and slap us on the back and call us their Yank mates and serve me Yank mates up another shandy. Well, we drank a lot of shandies that night. And we sloshed back to the ship that night and went to bed. And the next day, we went up to the division coffee locker, and there were some guys that had been ashore the night before, and the enlisted men of the crew had established a shore headquarters at a bar, pub over in town, and told us which one it was. So me and Hank Davidson, I think it was, went over there. And as we walked in, here's a bunch of the guys from the ship, and we walked up to the bar and ordered a shandy. The bartender gave us a look, said, "You sure?" Well, what's up? Yeah, we're sure. We drank shandies all evening like yesterday, and they were great. And the bartender says, "Where?" And we told him about being in the yacht club and them coming in and slapping us on the back and serving me Yank mates another shandy. He says, they were making fun of you. A shandy is a homosexual drink in Australia. So they were making fun of you. We didn't care. They were delicious. Serve me up a shandy. I don't care. So they did, and you know, we didn't have that hang up about them. You know what? I've discovered nowadays that they've commercialized shandy. You can buy them, shandies in a bottle or a can right here in the States. It's beer with ginger ale in it. And they are delicious. End of story. Y'all care?